we have cooperative, we have feminine. She has a son, right? But here's the thing, though, because I said this in a previous video, and it might not be up yet, but older women, and she's in her 40s, right? And she has a 23-year-old son. It's almost like if you got 6 points, right? It's almost like you get a half a point for your son or your child being an adult and they're out of the house. Because again, if the guy she marries, his resources aren't going towards that child anymore because that child should be on their own. Now, if the child is still living at home, it still may not be a deal breaker because again, they're on their way out at some point. At least they should be. Excuse me. But there's just too much to deal with here, man. I mean, it's a lot because again, you got. Let me take that back. Is she marriageable? Yeah, I don't know, but we're gonna keep moving.
For people to reach out to you. Okay. Hello? We can't hear you. Turn your volume on, sweetie. Turn your volume on. Your phone is on mute.
Hi, Kendra.
Hey, baby girl. We got this blue here.
Oh my God, I gotta put my phone TV on mute.
It's not on mute. I can hear you. Oh, your TV on mute.
I'm sorry.
Hi, what's your name?
Oh my God, I'm so excited. I made it. My name is Niche. Well, it's Tanisha, but Niche for short.
Tanisha, and where you calling us from?
Newark, New Jersey.
Norton, Jersey. Okay. You have any kids?
Yes, I do. I have a son. He's 23.
23. Okay. How old are you, Tanisha?
I'm 43.
43.
I just turned 43 in April.
You look younger.
I'm sorry?
I said you look younger.
I do?
I think you were 43.
Yes, I just turned 43 in April. Taurus. Like
Taurus
you.
Gang. Yes, Taurus Gang. You ever been married, Tanisha?
Never.
Never. Taurus, what do you do for a living?
I'm a dispatcher.
Dispatcher. So this is Tanisha, Norton, New Jersey, 23-year-old son, and she's a dispatcher, 43. All right, boo. What kind of man you looking for?
Okay, I got a list. Hold on. Let me get my list now. Okay, so I'm looking for someone who is considerate, consistent, attentive, emotionally available, ready for a relationship, not insecure. I'm sorry, reliable, affectionate, loyal, and ready for love.
Ooh, ready for love. All right, what's your deal breakers?
Okay, so the deal breakers, small children.
You know, she does look younger than that last caller, and I wouldn't peg her for 43 either. And I'm not sure. Well, you know what? Yeah, I think this. Let's just keep going.
Children. I can't do small children. I don't want to.
What's too young for you?
I'm sorry?
What's the oldest the child has to be?
13.
13. Okay. So nothing under 13.
Nothing under 13.
Okay.
I don't want to get attached because I've had that issue before. I've dated someone that had multiple children, and his youngest was 8, and she got very emotionally attached, and then we broke up, and then it was just like she was still contacting me afterwards, and
that can be a bad
want
situation.
no relationship with her father anymore. So it was just like it's hard to detach yourself. So I still, spoke with her, and her father done moved on, got married, and everything, and I just don't want that. So,
I understand. Okay, so nothing under 13.
So also smokers. I am.
Is that everything? Is that cigarettes, weed, or just?
Well, weed I can't deal with, but the cigarettes and the Black and Mild is disgusting. I used to smoke. I was a former smoker as cigarettes. I smoked for over 20 years, but I had quit in 2015. So what am I, 8 years
Mhm.
not smoking? And I don't want to kiss them.
No, that makes sense. She spent that time breaking that habit. She's not looking to get back into it. Makes sense.
That's
I can't kiss them.
a
This is
fair request.
it's
All right.
disgusting.
So no smokers. What else, honey?
Inconsistency. I need you to be consistent. I don't like the inconsideration. I want you to be considerate. I don't like the insecurities because my last relationship, he was very inconsiderate and no, insecure and very jealous. So I don't want to deal with that.
Okay. All right. Does he have to look a certain way?
But Kendra, I know you be getting on people.
Ah, say what you want.
Look, I am very attracted to the average, the tall chocolate man.
That's not
But
average. That's not average. That's exceptional.
yes, but no, I'm very open. I'm very open. I just don't. I'm I'm about 5'4", so I just don't want them like my height. So I mean, be
Could he
taller
be
than me.
five? Could he be 5'10"?
Oh yeah, 5'10" is great. 5'10" is great. Um, I do like chocolate, but I've always been open to the light skin. It's just that they always sensitive. So I don't like sensitive men. So I need them to be leaders
Okay.
or very. I like a little aggressiveness. I don't like nobody sensitive.
Nobody's sensitive. Okay. What about money? Does he gotta make a certain amount of money?
He has to be able to take care of himself. So honestly, no. He just has to be able to take care of himself. He has to be able to have his own. Um, and that's basically it. He can be able to take care of himself and have his own, and then we can go out on dates. I treat, he treat. You know,
Okay.
it's good for me.
Good for you. Okay. Sis Tanisha, let's do the Kendra Cam.
Okay.
All right, we see you. Period. Are you in your pajamas?
Oh, am I in camera? Okay.
Like get into the camera. There you go. There you go.
Okay, because I was like, I didn't know if I was in the camera.
No, you're in
But
the
yes,
camera.
I have on my pajamas because I just came home from work and just was unwinding.
Right. Okay. Okay. Tanisha, when was your last relationship?
It was 2021.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask when's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Don't answer.
About a month ago.
Okay, is that guy an option?
That was my ex.
Your ex? Oh, when did y'all break up? A month ago?
No, that was the one in 2021.
That was the one for what?
2021.
Oh, so y'all still have sex every now and then. So
I
you
guess.
went from girlfriend to friend with benefits?
No, no. We actually didn't speak for over a year, actually. We just started back speaking.
Were you guys in a committed relationship?
We were.
Translation. If you're going to take this woman serious, there's a possibility that you do have to worry about the ex. All right. Well, you know, her job as a dispatcher, and I agree with you. The dispatcher with raptor claws. Yeah, well, she's working in one of those professions where they're not as concerned about your outward appearance because clearly she's got blue hair. I mean, most professional settings are not going to allow you to come to work like that. So you got the color. She's got the colorful nails and they are claws. She's got the colorful claw, the multicolored claws, and the bright blue hair. Usually, when women are wearing items like that or accessories like that, is because they're using them to seek validation and attention from the opposite gender, and it's usually a cover up for something else that they tend to lack. In her case, there is the obvious one, but there may be something. There may be another reason, but let's keep going because there's something else that I want to bring up too, but it can wait till the end.
Why'd y'all break up?
We broke up because
Ooh, good question.
so he accused me of cheating, but that wasn't even the case. So when we just started back speaking, maybe it was about 2 months ago. We just started back speaking.
So did you want to end the relationship, or did he want to end the relationship?
No, he gave me an excuse to end it
So why'd you
because
sleep
he
with him?
accused me of
So
cheating.
why'd you let? So why? So if he ended it, why you sleep with him a year and a half later without being his girlfriend?
Ooh,
Because I missed him.
This is why men go
I
get
missed
together.
him. And no, he came. We was at a mutual friend's party. So that's what happened.
This
We
is
was at
why
a
men
mutual friend's
don't. Let me
party.
tell y'all. This is heaven for him.
she still
He
hung up
once
on her
had
ex.
to honor you with rules. Now there ain't no rules, and he can have sex with you, and you can't even say nothing. He could show up. He could go on a date or whatever. I mean, I don't know. You tell me this: can you go on a date with him and his new girlfriend and not feel no type of way?
Absolutely not. No, that's not the
Then,
case.
then you
That's
playing
not the case.
yourself. Then
That's
you
not the
playing
case.
yourself. Let me say
But
this.
what I was
But
trying to
because
say.
you can only be friends, let me tell you this. You can only be friends with your ex. If you could go out to dinner with him and his new girlfriend, then y'all could be friends. But if you know in your soul you cannot sit at no dinner table with him and his new girl, then you are giving him the best of both worlds. So now you're not even a girlfriend, but he can still have sex with you.
No, he doesn't have a new girlfriend.
He could
I
get
didn't say
one
that.
at some point, but he can still sleep with other women.
She doesn't get it. And shout out to Kendra for actually holding her accountable for her behavior. Yeah, this is because she's still hung up on her ex. That's why he's able to. That's why they're reconnecting. But it's she doesn't consider him an option. It's because even though he ended it, so something else is going on here. I think she just might have tried to clean it up. I think what happened is that she was exhibiting 304 behavior, and the guy called her out on it, and he set the boundary and was like, "Nah, I'm good on that," and he backed and he ended it. But she was out. She didn't want it to end. So now, fast forward a couple years later, they see each other again, and she hoping to connect with him again, thinking that maybe, okay, well, if we have sex again, then maybe it's us getting back together, and it's not. So now she wants a new guy, but you're still going to have to compete with this guy who she's hung up on. Be interesting to know all the things that she's mentioned as far as what she's looking for, how much her ex matches up with those traits. But let's keep going.
Women. And he
Kendra,
can't get a
listen.
girlfriend. He can't get a girlfriend.
No, listen. Hear me out. What happened was we was at a mutual friend's party. That's what happened. We was at a mutual friend's party. That was the first time we spoke or whatever. And he's like pouring his heart out and telling me he gave an excuse to get out of the relationship because he just wasn't ready to settle down. That's what his thing was. He wasn't ready. Before me, he had just got out of something. So it was like he felt like I was putting the pressure on him to, be in a relationship with me or whatever, which we were in a relationship. And then we was talking about moving in together and we was talking about marriage and all that other stuff. And then he was just trying to find his escape. So he made an excuse to get out of the relationship, which it became toxic because we got into big arguments. And I decided to leave the relationship because we're arguing too much. I don't want to keep arguing with you. And then a year and a half later, we see each other. He explained himself, and things happen.
Are y'all back in a relationship?
No.
Was you?
Exactly. They're not back in a relationship. Now, the way she broke that down, I wouldn't have guessed that from the start. My initial analysis of her situation was wrong. However, she just revealed some more information about herself, though. Is that clearly I still think that she's attached to this guy. And which is why she was willing to have sex with him without commitment because she thought it might open the door. But yeah, no. And yeah, she is appearing like the fun time girl. Again, it's the hair, it's the nails, it's the tattoos. I mean, yeah. Let's keep going though, because we got to
Do you
wrap
want to
this
be in
up.
one?
No, not with him.
Okay. So
Not with
being that you don't want to be in a relationship with him, then maybe this isn't that bad. But you did say you couldn't go out with him with another girl. So why would that bother you if you don't want to be in a relationship?
No, I didn't say that.
No, you said you wouldn't be comfortable. So you have feelings for him
No,
too.
I don't
No.
want to go out with him with no other person. Like,
She missing the point
Okay, well, how
again.
about this? Overall, you don't want to be with him in that way anymore.
no, because I don't trust it. So I don't want to
So
put myself in that trauma again. That was the last person I was with before we broke up, and then when we broke up, I was in a drought.
I get it. I
So,
know. Listen.
so
Here's
when
the
you
deal.
come
I
back,
understand.
when
But
we
here's the
just
deal.
talking or whatever, that's
Right.
what happened. So that was the
So-
situation.
Tanisha, I want you to understand this. I understand, but men understand this shit too. And men understand, and that's why men feel like, okay, she mad now, so y'all went a year or whatever. Y'all wasn't talking. He ended the relationship, and he was able to come back to you a year later, pour out his heart, and still have sex with you. This is heaven. Men have it good. And men know that women feel like you. There's a drought. You've been lonely. You know, you a good girl, so you just ain't out here with all men. And they know it. And this is why men do not feel like they got to rise to the occasion. There's not a requirement to.
Trust me, I understand. I understand. I understand. And
So
I
what
put
do you
myself
want?
in,
You want a
and I put
relationship? You
myself in
want
a
something
vulnerable
new?
situation.
You want something new? Do you want a committed relationship, or that's not your
Yes,
desire?
I definitely want a committed relationship.
Okay, she wants that. Okay. So what are 3 flaws you think you have to work on?
Okay, so I am a procrastinator. I show up late. I procrastinate. I wait till the last minute for everything, and I definitely need to work on that. I'm impatient, so a lot of times I don't have patience, but I am working on that now. But that's a lot of things that I have to work on, and also I'm stubborn because I'm a Taurus. And I'm very stubborn. And once I make up my mind, I'm not budging. And then I don't care how many times you apologize and all other stuff, I'm not gonna budge. So
The guy just apologized. They got a chance to have sex with you.
no, I said a year and a half. Not that.
Hey,
It's not that.
What is it
It did
now?
take a long time because he was apologizing way longer before.
Yeah, so it took a year and a half to get you. You think he hadn't been having sex for a year and a half? He was still having sex for that
Well,
year and
I
a half.
mean, look, I said I was stubborn. It took me a long time to give in, but I did give in.
yeah.
But what I'm saying to you is that year and a half when you wasn't sleeping with nobody, he still was. So he just keep you over here until he warm you up. He gonna be
He
over
didn't
here
keep
with
me
the other.
over.
This woman has no knowledge of the male experience. And I was trying to hold off on talking about it, but when she just listed those 3 flaws, yeah, there is. I'm starting to get a clear picture of why this woman is single. Are we about to wrap this up? Because yeah, well, there's more. Okay, let's keep going then.
Nowhere.
He was able to come back to you a year and a half and have sex with you.
Because we met at a party. I had changed my number, everything.
It don't matter. He was still able to have sex with you a year and a half later.
Right.
Okay,
Party, no
so
party.
that was a year and a half later.
Okay, well, if you feel like that makes
But
sense.
I mean, I felt like I was stubborn enough. I changed my whole number and everything.
Well, why are you still stuck with him?
I gave in because
Oh my God, this woman is delusional. She doesn't get it.
Hello? Look, why?
I'm
Hello?
here.
It could be
I'm
my
here.
phone. Yes. You gave in
Because I'm like, my
because
Wi-Fi is Wi-Fi.
You gave in because of what, honey?
Because it was a long time and I didn't want to be with nobody else. So
And he knows that.
Called it.
That's FYI.
She's still caught up on
yeah,
him.
I know.
Okay. All right. So why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Okay. I got a list. I am loving. I'm very silly. Absolutely a great cook. I love to cook. So that's one of my hobbies that I love to do besides working. That's something I do on the side. I cater. So I love to cook. Um, I'm a nurturer because I am a mom. I'm very domesticated. I'm very understanding. I'm a great listener. I'm a great supporter. I've been in situations where I support anyone in anything. If you this is what you want to do, that's what I'm supporting you. So those are my great attributes and what I could bring to the table. Also, um, I'm willing to be like I want to be submissive to my husband, but I want to be married. I want to be in a committed relationship to be submissive. So that's another thing that, you know,
You got to be submissive first.
Okay. And so you're ready. So you'll be submissive, but in marriage. You
yeah.
have
Then she's not
Tanisha, you have a
submissive.
son. You want more kids? Are you done with that?
No, that's
Okay.
done.
The guy
That is
can't have
done.
kids though, right?
Huh?
The guy can't have kids, right?
Yes, just not small children.
That's why we went over that. Do you want him to be in New Jersey?
Tri-state area. So that's New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, also Delaware and Pennsylvania.
Gotcha. All right, Tanisha Boo, how can the guy
Wow.
reach
Okay.
out to you, babe?
That is my IG underscore Miss G underscore.
Underscore mystery.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at her Instagram because just not much here. I mean, that was pointless to have it on there, I guess. But maybe she just made this just for the show. So, man, now this is interesting because she's got 844 followers for 2 pictures. What is going on here? Because it's a bunch of dudes on here. Is that what it is? Because that is those numbers are out there. Again, 210 likes. It's like, wow, okay. Interesting. But that's her Instagram. Didn't really learn anything new there. I mean, there's no thirst traps, but there ain't much there anyway. So got 2 posts. And but yeah. So here's the thing. There is a couple of things going on here, right? We got to talk about this. The first thing we got to talk about this list of negative attributes, right? Because I already said she's coming off as the fun time girl. Yeah, again, hair, the nails, tattoos, sex with the ex-boyfriend. Yeah, so yeah. But procrastination, impatient, stubborn, all these traits link back to someone who is selfish. So when you have someone who is procrastinate, means that they consistently put things off. It means that, I think Chris, you might have said this, not considerate of other people's time. Yeah, there it is. Not considerate of other people's time, but at the same time being impatient, not willing to wait for things. Again, all this stuff is saying me, me, me. So I wrote down the 4th one. It says immature, because she doesn't talk like she's 43, and she does look younger than she actually is. So, but on to the positive things, right? Is she feminine? Yeah, she listed. I believe she's feminine, because she came on here. Her face is presentable, even though and then her hair is blue. She has her nails done. I'm not a fan of claws, but the fact that she is keeping up and she's maintaining her aesthetics yeah. And then she also talking about loving to cook too, and doing catering and stuff like that. Yeah, feminine traits. Um, is she cooperative? I would say so. The first thing that I noticed about her was her level of cooperation, because again, she's talking about splitting, about she wants the guy to pay for the dates, but she's also willing to pay for them as well. But also, and then location wise, because she's in the Northeast, she's willing to go to the tri-state area. That again speaks to the level of cooperation. When she talked about the guy's income, she said he just have to take care of himself. For those of you that don't know, New Jersey is one of those states where cost of living is very high. So average income for men, 50K. Right, and this is as of 2020, probably from the U.S. Census, if I had to guess. But yeah, that's the average income. So, I mean, if I had to get, and she looks like she's living in possibly an apartment, so it's it is what it is. She did have, Chris, what you saying? She's got a bubbly personality. I wonder what her age range would be. Yeah, I don't think Kendra asked her that. If I had to guess, though, I'd probably say 35 to probably about 50, 55, somewhere in there. When you watch enough of these profiles, you kind of can start to guess what people are actually looking for once you get like enough information. It's funny how in the beginning, when she talked about what she was looking for, she was just saying a committed relationship, but in the end it changed to she would be submissive to her husband, meaning that she does want marriage. Unfortunately, most guys, they want you to be submissive while you're dating, and it's not gonna turn on just like a light switch, and all of a sudden, that just doesn't work. That means you're not submissive, and you're just putting on a front because the guy put a ring on your finger, which usually ends badly because eventually the real you is going to come out again. So, but we have cooperative, we have feminine. She has a son, right? But here's the thing, though, because I said this in a previous video, and it might not be up yet, but older women, and she's in her 40s, right? And she has a 23-year-old son. It's almost like if you got 6 points, right? It's almost like you get a half a point for your son or your child being an adult and they're out of the house. Because again, if the guy she marries, his resources aren't going towards that child anymore, because that child should be on their own. Now, if the child is still living at home, it still may not be a deal breaker, because again, they're on their way out at some point. At least they should be. Excuse me. But there's just too much to deal with here, man. I mean, it's a lot, because again, you got let me take that back. Is she marriageable? This may be a shocker, even though we covered the procrastination, impatient, stubborn, and immature. Believe it or not, I'm gonna say she is marriageable. And reason being is because if you can deal with her being cooperative, feminine, and the childless thing is, it's really a half a point. It could go either way. And the reason why I'm saying that is because she does have a bubbly personality, which can come off as also being, it goes to femininity, but it can also come up under as being friendly. So you've almost got like two scenarios here. For the vast majority of men, I would say that she's not marriageable to, just because you got to deal with those negative aspects. But you might not be the average man. I mean, you might be an average man. You just not making 50K. You see where I'm going with this? There has to relationships are about balance, and another guy, you may be missing some of the key points that she said that she was looking for. So, it could go either way. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna leave that at. It's the right guy for her would probably be somebody who is earning less than the average income, but you know he hits the mark on a lot of her other the other attributes that she's looking for, and he's going to be willing to because he's a below average dude in income, but he's average everywhere else. He may be willing to deal with the fact that you know she's all those negative aspects, and you know the fact that she's got a 23-year-old son. So we're gonna leave it there. This one's at best is probably a maybe though. But the thing you got to be careful about is she over her ex though? I don't think she is, but you never know. All right. So we're gonna keep going. Yeah, and Chris says it right. Make sure you're liking the video. And I'm starting to notice people been popping in and out. Yeah, make sure you like the video. Let's see, we're at 5 likes and 4 people watching. Outstanding engagement. Let's keep it going.
Score. All right, sweetheart. So the fella that is interested to rise to the
and yep, rise to the occasion is right, and we're gonna move right on to the next one. Oh, this lady came back. Okay, let's see here.
He went away. Let's see what we got here. Okay, let's try.